grade. Welcome to week 2 of Virtual STEM. I'm Mr. Brown. I'm really excited to have you guys back. Thank you all of you who participated in last week's lesson. I know it was a little messy with the dirt and all that. Before we get started on today's lesson, let's go back and take a look at some of the pictures I took and discuss what happened at certain time intervals. As you can see here, guys, I let mine sit for about 16 minutes and we can really see a difference. The bottom, remember, is our control, and a little bit has melted there. But look at the one with the salt, and look at the one with the dirt. I'm actually was really surprised that the ice melted as much as it did so far with the dirt. Now, the ice cubes are actually hiding under the baking soda, and I moved them in this next picture after a couple more minutes, which we'll be able to see a little bit clearer. Okay, here we are with 18 minutes. Yes, I know that doesn't seem like much, but a lot has changed. Look at the one with the salt in it, and even the one with the dirt. The one with the salt, you could barely see any ice in there. There's still a little bit, and you can see that I flipped over the baking soda one because there was actually a huge ice cube left underneath the baking soda. And you can see our controls are melting a little bit, but still not as quick as the one with the salt or the dirt. Okay, here's the last picture I took at 23 minutes, and I even labeled it up on top just to make sure that you knew which ones we were talking about. You can see that our controls have melted, the ones without anything on it, but look at the one with the salt. Guys, no, that's not ice there in the water. That is actually salt that still hasn't dissolved. There are no ice cubes left in the salt after 23 minutes. Now, you can even see the dirt melted its ice cubes pretty darn good, and even the baking soda did an okay job, but still not as good as the dirt and the winner, which was the salt. All right, guys, we're back, and as you can see, who was the winner? Salt was, wasn't it? And I was really surprised that the dirt actually melted the ice as much as it did, especially since the dirt I got was pretty cool and wet because it just rained the day before. So I was surprised to see the dirt melt the ice as much. But remember, salt didn't have any ice cubes left, okay? And we saw the difference on how quick it melted compared to the controls we had or just the ice in the other parts of the tray. So actually dirt melted the ice quicker than it would normally by just sitting out. Pretty cool, huh? Well, listen, this week we have a challenge. Actually, you have to challenge somebody. You need to challenge somebody else in your household to a race. And that race is to melt ice the quickest you can, okay? Now, what you need for this week's lesson is a plate of ice per person. So if you have 2 people, you need 2 plates of ice, and like a mound of ice like this, okay? One for you and one for the person you're racing against, okay? Now, you're gonna need towels if you have them, okay? I'll explain why in just a second. You can also have, hold on. Oh, I forgot to bring it over. Salt, because we saw how well that worked last time, okay? You can have your bare hands. You can get any other materials you want, except you can't heat it up, okay? Meaning you can't use a microwave, a stove, or anything. First of all, you need your parents' permission for that. Second of all, that's not allowed for this experiment, okay? So the race this week is between, or the challenge this week is between you and somebody else in your household to try to get a plate of ice to melt the quickest. Now, there's a couple ways you can go about it. We saw how well salt worked, so if you want to cover that up, okay. You could also take a towel. I didn't say anything about not picking up the ice, so you could pick up the ice, put it in the towel, and maybe rub it together like this to see how well and how quick the ice melts, to see if that does quicker. I just had another towel lying around. Maybe a thicker one will work better. I don't know. You could also use your bare hands, because you know, oh, as a matter of fact, look what's happening right now. I'm rubbing this ice together, and do you see what's coming out of my hand? water. It's really cold though. Okay, so you can see just by rubbing my hands together like that with the ice in there, it melted it pretty good. You can see my hands are soaked right now and it's still dripping off on my counter. Good thing I brought towels. So any material you want to use, it's a race between you and somebody else you challenge in your household to try to melt a whole small little plate. Don't get a big plate. Don't make it hard on yourself. I got a small little plate here, like a little saucer, okay? You could even do like a little tiny container if you want. But who can melt that whole container or plate of ice the quickest is the winner, all right? I would love, again, to see some of your pictures with this. This is going to help us out with our final project coming up in like 3 weeks, because I have a special announcement coming up in just a second. But I would love to see your pictures of you and whoever you challenge going through this race together. If you do take a picture, please send it to the upload button that's down towards the bottom of this site. If you click on there, you fill out the information, you attach the picture, and you click submit, and it will send it right to my email. And if you send it early in the week, I will post those pictures up on the website for all to see. Okay, so I said I had a special announcement. That special announcement is this. Next week is spring break. Next weekend, Sunday, is Easter. So not only do we get to celebrate Easter, and we do get to celebrate spring break. Even though we're going through this virtual schooling now, we still get a spring break, which is nice. Okay, I know everybody's been working hard on this. We've been working really hard, so we can take a little time out, or a pause, if you will. Now, the week after, though, Tuesday, April 21st, you guys are all invited here. Virtually, you're invited here, okay? Because we are going to have a live STEM on Tuesday, April 21st at 10 a.m. through Zoom. Now, I will post, during spring break, I will post a link to that Zoom up on the website. I will also try to get your teachers to send out class dojos and reminds for you guys to join that. I would love for you to join it with your folks to do this next lesson that we have planned live here in my kitchen. Well, remember, you can't be here. That would be against the law. But you are invited here virtually. We get to see each other, we get to talk to each other, and you get to do this experiment along with me. Now, you have 2 weeks till that live, April 21st at 10 a.m. This is the materials you're going to need. You're going to need paper. Any paper will do, okay? If you have colorful paper like this, that's awesome. If you don't, if you just have regular old notebook paper like this, that'll work too. If you have construction paper, that'll work too, okay? So paper. You're going to need scissors. Okay? If you don't have scissors, remember, ask your parents' permission, by the way. If you don't have scissors, we'll be able, to make it work, okay? And you need a bowl. A bowl or something big enough to put some water in, okay? Because we're going to do an experiment with water and our paper, all right? So paper, scissors, a bowl. These are all your materials for our live STEM, April 21st at 10 a.m. here in my kitchen or in my house. I don't know where we're doing it yet. Probably in the kitchen because it's going to have water and it might get messy. No, it won't get messy. You'll be all right. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys then. However, this week, remember, your challenge is to challenge somebody in your household to a race, to try to melt a plate of ice the quickest. You get a plate. Your person you challenge to the race gets a plate. You can use any material you have. And you saw how well my hands work there. Just a hint, hint, nudge, nudge, okay? Salt, we saw that worked really well last week's lesson. Towels, whatever, all right? So that's your challenge this week, and I would love to see pictures of that. So please send them to the upload button. And I'm even more excited about the live STEM, April 21st, 10 a.m., through Zoom. I can't wait to see you guys. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I miss you guys, so I'm hoping that we can get a whole bunch on here. I think it's going to be kindergarten, first and second. We're all going to have as many as we can. get on, and these are the materials you're going to need: paper, scissors, and a bowl. All right. I look forward to seeing you guys. Hey, listen, have a happy Easter. Have a great, fun, and safe spring break. I look forward to seeing you guys that Tuesday. Be safe, everybody.